When Masha the cat heard a baby crying, she could have easily run off in the other direction. Instead, the curious kitty went to investigate. And when she realized that her help was needed, she acted in the most incredible way. Irina Lavrova lives in the city of Obninsk in Russia. There she lives in an apartment building where she has a number of neighbors, including one of the feline variety. The cat in question's name is Masha, and she lives in the building's entrance hall. Masha had first found a home in the building somewhere around 2012. Since then, the block's residents have kept her fed and watered and even indulged her with petting sessions. Generally, they keep an eye out for their furry friend. One cold day in January 2015, Lavrova and her neighbors were disturbed by a heart-wrenching cry. Describing what she heard, building resident Nadezhda Mokovikov had told BBC News in 2015, "I thought Masha was being attacked by a male cat. I rushed from my floor down to save her." Upon hearing the sound, Lavrova also felt compelled to investigate. She too descended the stairs to her building's entrance hall where, sure enough, she found Masha. However, much to her surprise, the feline was not alone. When the woman arrived on scene, they found a small baby crying behind their building's garbage chute. The infant boy was lying in a box which normally acted as Masha's bed. And what's more, the cat appeared to be looking after the child. According to Lavrova, Masha had wrapped herself around the baby as if to soothe him and keep him warm. And her plan worked. That's because with the cat by its side, the child soon stopped crying. Naturally, Lavrova couldn't believe what she was seeing. Speaking to the Russian news network RT in 2015, Lavrova said, "You can imagine my shock when I saw her lying in a box next to a baby." Speaking of Masha, she added, "She's been keeping the baby warm for several hours and meowing to call for help." Thanks to Masha's thick fur, the baby'd been kept snug despite the freezing temperature outside. Sadly, though, there was no telling how long the child had been there. However, it was clear to see that the infant was young, probably less than 3 months old. Alongside the boy, rescuers discovered a bag containing nappies, cloths, and a bottle of milk. With that in mind, it appeared someone may have abandoned the child. However, the circumstances surrounding the infant's appearance in the hallway remained a mystery. But before investigators could work out what had happened, it was important that the baby got some medical attention. As a result, concerned residents called an ambulance. But when medics and police arrived on the scene, Masha grew protective of the baby. One eyewitness of the rescue revealed, when the ambulance worker took the baby to the car, the cat followed him and pitifully meowed. The unnamed woman also claimed that the cat even tried to escort the infant into the ambulance. Even when the emergency vehicle set off for the hospital, it seemed that Masha didn't give up. She apparently followed the car until she could no longer keep up. It seemed that having saved the child's life, the cat had formed a bond with the baby boy. Recalling what she'd witnessed, paramedic Vera Ivanina told Russia's REN TV, "She ran right behind us meowing. She seemed quite intelligent." Apparently, Masha sat on the road for hours following the ambulance's departure. It was as if she was waiting for the baby to return. Following his checkup, doctors deemed the child to be healthy. The baby had only been outside for a few hours thanks to Masha, a spokesperson for the hospital told the Central European News Agency. He was not damaged by the experience, they added. However, the little boy's prognosis could have been different if it wasn't for Masha taking him under her wing. Clearly, her mothering instincts had taken over and she wanted to protect the child, Lavrova theorized. He was well dressed with a little hat, and whoever left him there had even left a few nappies and some baby food. Following the discovery of the baby, authorities launched a search for the child's parents. However, it's not clear if they were ever found or what became of the little boy. What we do know, though, is that the residents treated Masha like a hero back at her apartment block. In the days that followed the discovery, residents gave Masha extra attention. "Everyone in the block is very proud of her," Lavrova explained. "We have all spoiled her rotten by giving her her favorite food." However, while the building's residents had focused their attention on Masha, they didn't forget the baby that she'd helped. "We've been receiving a lot of feedback from sympathizing residents who are willing to help and ask if any food, toys, or other things are needed," a nurse revealed to the Rupli news agency at the time. Masha's actions just go to show that our fellow animals are capable of caring for themselves or something other than themselves. When faced with a crying baby, the cat could have easily run away, but instead she comforted the child, and in doing so, potentially saved his young life.